Welcome to the SCORE podcast.
Welcome again to the SCORE podcast, where we always speak to the most innovative groundbreakers in the financial services industry. According to the World Bank, financial inclusion means that individuals and businesses have access to useful and affordable financial products and services that meet their needs. These are things like transactions, payments, savings, credit access, and insurance. And it's done so in a responsible and sustainable way. That's their definition. It's not just a social imperative, it's a business imperative. Financial inclusion is positively associated with GDP growth by up to 14% in developing economies. So why is it then that roughly 1/3 of adults, about 1.7 billion people, remain unbanked? I'm Jeff Richardson, and welcome again to the SCORE podcast. Today we're speaking with Joseph Akintolayo, a serial entrepreneur, strategist, and technologist based in Dallas, Texas. He's CEO and founder of Deposits, a minority business enterprise fintech company that empowers and enables communities with a financial operating system that unlocks efficiency, growth, and economic inclusion. He was founder of Philanthrolab.co and is the creator of socialsafety.net, which is a platform that streamlines social impact by using AI, ML, and NLP to provide tailored information on things like civic, social, and human services. But Joseph has won the Quest Award as well. It's the highest honor given to entrepreneurs by the oldest and largest Black chamber in the United States. This was for his work saving over 100 minority-owned businesses during the COVID-19 pandemic. Joseph, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
So there's a phrase that's thrown around, business for good, fintech for good. What does that mean to you, and does Deposits identify as a fintech company for good?
I believe we do. Core to Deposits' mission is to see people thrive on life's financial journey. The products that we build, the services that we provide are all made to promote prosperity and enhance the well-being of our end users. And our core focus is supporting our partners who have a trusted relationship to help them meet the needs of the underbanked by reducing, the technical barriers so that we can reduce the financial barriers. Another area that I think that can speak to our propensity for good is like who our partners are and the kind of people that we're working with and their intentions. I'm a mission-driven leader. You have to have something bigger than you because it's not always easy. And the impact of Deposits should be that of financial inclusion and financial wellness. And so, yes, I do consider Deposits as a fintech company for good.
Let's double click on the barriers for a second. You kind of hinted at it in the last answer. Deposits aims to break barriers both financially and societally. Can you explain what the current barriers are and some of the steps Deposits that are taking to break them?
So part of it is like who can play the game. The amount of capital, know-how, networks that you need are kind of off limits to the majority of our society, and especially to community partners and organizations that are in the best position to help advance the cause of financial inclusion and innovation. And so when we ask them to all become programmers or magically get these large budgets so they can go on digital transformation journeys, it misses the point. I think we're creating a platform to level the playing field with financial services for both, established financial brands and emerging financial brands. That's one of the areas that I think that makes us special. Is it's all about who can get in the game.
You've mentioned the term community a few times, so tell us more about what that means to you and what communities Deposits work with.
I believe everything starts with a trusted relationship in financial services. So community banks, credit unions, people have a close relationship. They love to bank with an organization that supports their community, supports their values, any kind of value or affinity that the consumer might have. Conversely, we work with communities. For instance, a partner of ours, a customer, Fresh, they target the criminal justice impacted community. That's about 70 million people with something on their record. This community is underbanked, underinsured. There's lots of challenges in this community. They started off as a second chance hiring platform. They provide jobs and connections. And by working with us, they were able to extend their relationship to offer financial services because they saw that there was a big gap here and they had an opportunity to meet the needs of their community. And so that's what I really mean by community, a trusted relationship and a track record of doing the right thing and being there for people, for American citizens.
My sense is that this is more than business. This is a mission. You've had past experiences with financial barriers or witnessed things that would have led you down this path with deposits. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I've had the honor of being on the advisory board of the National Banks Association. It's the big MDI, Minority Depository Institution. So it's a collection of minority banks. And during the pandemic, one thing I got a lot of special insight into is you might go to a minority bank to see a face that makes you feel protected from like historic discrimination and challenges that we've had. But no one is walking in branch during a pandemic. And then the broader trend is no one is walking in branch at all, right? And so this was particularly challenging for these organizations I'm tasked to advise. Also, I happen to be a Black American. This means I represent a segment of society that is underbanked, underinsured, and that has a lot of room to prosper. And so the work that we do is to ensure that everyone gets to benefit from modern technology, modern payments. And so being in a position to do something about that and to nudge us closer to a more equitable, more prosperous society is very exciting and more than enough to get me to work every day.
So I saw that Deposits just announced its first round. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct.
So what's next?
So right now, we've been attracting some great leaders to the organization, some great executives, and we're just looking to serve more people, distribution, and support our platform, support our people, support our partners. So we're really, really excited about the future. Right now, we're onboarding customers at a rapid rate, and we're already delivering on the promise. So lots of early signals, lots of early traction. I'm really, really excited about the next 12 months, next 18 months, and seeing just how far we can take this thing.
What are the trends that you notice in the inclusive fintech space as we finish out 2020?
Yeah, I think definitely like a focus on financial literacy. I've been seeing a lot of cool and embedded products, things that help people understand their financial trajectory, and also trends that are looking to make data more friendly to people and increase its probability of doing good and making sure that it's not, discriminating against people or having bias. Also, just banking as a service. So we know that the communities I mentioned earlier, they have unmet financial needs, but they also have unmet emotional needs. And so banking as a service, especially the low-code and no-code banking as a service offered by Deposits.com, can help organizations with a trusted relationship offer these financial services and then therefore expand access and provision. Those are the trends that I'm excited about. I'm seeing other companies start to emulate and even follow our lead as far as the no-code solution goes. And I think this will do a lot to bring more people into the fold.
Let's end it there. I appreciate your time. The work that you and the Deposits team is doing is truly impressive and inspiring. Joseph, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I look forward to connecting more and talking to you in the future. Thank you for having me.
Solving the global financial inclusion challenge is complex. Perhaps I'm stating the obvious there. There are cultural and religious differences to deal with, varying degrees of access to mobile and Wi-Fi, and many other hurdles. But clearly, we all understand technology is going to lead this charge. Now, I've been doing this podcast for a couple of months, and one of the key takeaways for me is that we really have some of our best strategic thinkers and operators focused on this. Deposits and Joseph Akintolayo have recognized how fintech is going to take the lead, and they're well positioned to do well from a business standpoint by doing good from a social standpoint. To be sure, many of us in the fintech space are aligned in that important mission. I'm Jeff Richardson, and thanks for listening to The Score. I look forward to our next discussion.
The views and opinions expressed in this episode do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of VantageScore Solutions. Visit VantageScore.com to learn more.